You know I've got to hit it with this. Oh, hang on. Great start.
You're keeping it in.
Hey, I'm keeping it in. It is. Well, the one take gang. You got to keep it in. How you going on your Friday night, Daniel?
Pretty good. We go.
Yeah, we will be in a second.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Hey, yo. What up, gassers? It is Bradley and Daniel from the Gas Bros. Here we are, Friday night, 3 episodes in. A bit of a big night tonight, big week. If you listened to last week's episode, you'd know that Daniel threw out the challenge of the tattoo. If we got one gas daddy.
Just one.
And just the one, the first one. One tattoo. And lo and behold, he got one. So now he has to have a tattoo. How do you feel? How does the missus feel? First and foremost. She subscribes. She must have heard it. She's seen the TikTok.
I don't have half my kids' names tattooed.
And now you're gonna have this. Now you're gonna have this bloke tattooed. And without further ado, let us.
A Jew? Is this? Whoa!
Settle down, Kanye. Settle down, Kanye. Are you ready for this? I worked painlessly, tiredlessly. One of the two. I'm not too sure. Tiredless. It was easy work. What I'm trying to say, it was easy work. Are you ready? Are you ready for this, Daniel? Oh.
You are the man of the hour who's too sweet to be sour, okay? The women's pet and the men's regret. The reflection of perfection, the man who got my attention, okay? The one with the greatest arms, the one with the best charms.
And the very first guest, Daddy. Welcome, Lane.
Hello.
What do they call you? You got to add that.
All right. I'll tell you what.
They call you Lane.
No, you got to say, when they think about the first gas daddy, they don't give you a name. What do they call you? They call you Lane Mippy. How are you, brother? How are you?
Good, bro. How you going?
That's good. How do you feel now? You've got... All right, I'm going to start it off.
Oh.
You know, I've got Lane already tattooed on me, so it's a win-win for me. Lane,
Maybe forget about that one.
Lane is a very good friend of mine. We've been friends for years, and no next explanation needed. I don't want to really get into it, but yeah, he's always been there for me, and so to show my respect for him, I got a tattoo for him. What, a year? 2 years ago?
It must be 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, I think we did that.
Oh, that's
we raised some money.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll let you finish it. Go.
No, we did. What is it?
You did Dry July.
Dry July. That's the one. Yeah,
for bowel cancer.
Yeah. So we did that for a month. So yeah.
Yeah. So in return, I got a tattoo. But now you subscribed. You're the first guest, Daddy.
You tricked another brother. That's what he did.
And now the second brother, the younger one, has to get Lane tattooed as well. How does your wife feel about that?
Where are you going to done?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh wow!
I was thinking of tramp stamp.
I don't know. Tramp. Oh yes. I was sold. I'll go tramp stamp.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right.
100%.
Oh no.
The tramp stamp it is.
Yeah.
Tramp stamp done.
We'll put it in the pipes. We'll book it in soon, and we'll get it all on.
Yeah, keep a lookout. I will probably do somewhat of a live while we are there because I'm going to come. I want to try and vlog it for the day. if you don't know, the Gas Bros are on all the pipes. All the pipes. We're on. But one thing, I've made it super easy for everybody. So if you decide that you guys like what you hear and you want to follow, you just go to our Instagram, Gas Bros Pod, and there's this link there, link tree. Boom, you click that, one click, and it has everything: Patreon, TikTok.
Then you got to click again. There's 2 clicks
Yeah,
there.
well, one click.
Multiple clicks
Yeah, but-
involved. But there's one link.
But there's one link link to rule them all.
Yeah.
You make a point.
One, but yeah, keep an eye on that. Then you'll get that booked in. We'll put it on all
That'll
the
be soon.
pipes
As soon as possible.
as soon as possible. If Lane's not busy, yeah, he can come.
Yeah,
has
I'll
to
come
get-
up. Make it the weekend or something.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
be
make
there.
it a weekend.
The weekend for sure. Yeah.
I'll be there.
He has to get a love heart like I do. And yeah, so that's it. Yeah, we've got our first.
We put a mullet around it. We put Lane with a mullet around it.
Yeah.
That's the go.
That's the go. All right. I know that when we started, I said it's a bit of a sports podcast and stuff, but at the moment we've been fairly fight centric. But that's just that's what we watch
That's all
the
they've
most.
Well, there's not much sport on. If the footy was on, you'd probably talk more footy.
Yeah. But just with that, when we're talking about Lane, you're a massive Eagles fan. Your family's a massive Eagles fan. Your sister lives in Geelong and she's a Eagles fan.
Yeah.
How did you see their year this year?
Terrible. No good. You started off all right, but yeah, I mean, you beat Collingwood and that was it.
That was your one big win. Like, but it's a good one. I'll give anybody credit for beating Collingwood.
Yeah. That's probably the only thing we'll take out from the year that we beat Collingwood. So
And that was
Other than
that was
that-
that. And that was with a
Simpsons
terrible
jobs.
side. Oh, hang on. Go again, Daniel.
yeah, that's right. That was through COVID, eh?
Yeah. They had like half a COVID list. But yeah, what were you going to say, Daniel?
I was going to ask Lane, do you think Simpson's safe or do you reckon he's going to be under pressure?
No, I reckon. See how it goes this year. If it's another year again like that, might be a bit under pressure. But they're not too bad with holding their coaches. So, I mean, look where he's got them so far.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, one more bad year they might think about. I don't reckon all the talk about it, him being one of the top 5 under pressure. I don't think so. He'll be fine next year. It's just if it's a terrible year, he'll be gone.
You know what? What saves him is the flag.
Yeah.
You always got to give your premiership coach a chance, eh?
Yeah. I mean, compared to the other years, last year has been the worst year since the grand final, since the flag.
Yeah, but like we're in Perth in West Australia, and right at the start of the year is when we got COVID the worst.
When we opened.
Yeah, when we opened up. And it reflected because they had the most list changes. They had to get extra spots on the list. I think they took half of bloody the waffle with them when they lost to North Melbourne, and then they took the waffle again and they beat Collingwood. So,
and hardly those boys played with each other. Had played a game of AFL, let alone with the other boys anyway. So you're just putting a whole team that's going to play together out there on the field. They did all right, but against Collingwood. But yeah, it's pretty hard.
What did they pick up in the trade period? Did they get anyone good?
No.
We got Langdon from.
Melbourne.
Yeah,
no. What's his name? The running half back. He wears the
Is it Langdon?
headband. Not Langdon. He went from. He did that big Tory up in Darwin one year.
It's not Langdon?
No, it's not
Hunt.
Langdon. Hunt. Jaden Hunt.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm
why,
pretty sure him and Langdon look the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do. The thing that sets him apart is Jaden Hunt. He wears the diamond sort of headwear on the headpiece, where Langdon just wears the
He
straight.
loves the headband. He loves one.
They love a headband. Yeah, but it's much needed pace that the Eagles probably lacked this year. Again, I am not a professional.
Yeah.
That is just what I see. But having said that, Jack Darling didn't start off the year too well. Luke Shuey neither. Nick Nat's been in and out. Eagles aren't one. I don't remember any time where they had 2 or 3 bad years in a row. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
but I don't think they.
Simpson come in, they were down a bit, and then they come back up and won that flag a couple of years later. And then it's probably the same situation. They'll be down for a few years, they'll be back up. I don't remember. Probably I agree. I don't remember them ever longer than a couple of years, 3 years, probably at the most, suffering, and then they're back up to step 8.
But see, the thing is, this coach sacking, it's just no good, man. You got to hold on to it. I was telling him, this as much as I hate Richmond, and I hate them with a passion that burns deep in my loins. And I think I was at one point, I was just they need to get rid of Hardwick, and then Brendan Gale stepped in and saved him at the death. I think they were that 1 year, and they were going to sack him, man. And then I think it was the next year, they won the flag.
Mm.
And then everybody was laughing at them about the 5-year plan, and they won 3 out of that 5.
Yeah, yep,
unbelievable.
The mongrels, they're mongrels, mate. Anyways. Just because we had Lane on, I thought I'd have a bit of a quick chat about the Eagles, see how he's going.
Yeah,
what are you doing this year, Lane? Are you playing footy again this year?
Nah, I think I'm going to give it up, I reckon.
Father time, or you just had enough?
Family and just injuries. My ankle was giving me trouble all year, and I only played, I think, 3 games this year because of work. So I think
okay.
It was the last run for a flag, and I didn't get picked. And we lost. Well, we lost anyway. But I think next year I'll just, that's it.
Yeah, I know it's hard, man. I miss footy, playing it and stuff. But I'm 38. The other day I stepped off just a step at near work, and I swear to God, my knee almost buckled, and I was just how would I go trying to play footy again, eh? So this is why I don't know. Started. What was that? Keep going.
With my knee, I was training with footy. When I was training 1 week, and next day I was my knee was killing me. I don't even know what I did. I didn't do anything. I was just running around kicking the footy, and then ever since then my knee's been hurting. So I'm thinking I think that's just called saying just give it up now.
It is, yeah. Eventually, that's the one thing. That's the one thing you cannot beat, and that is Father Time. And that is probably a pretty good segue into this next thing that I want to talk about, and that is the upcoming boxing match between a young 24-year-old YouTuber and a 50-year-old MMA fighter / boxer. And we're talking about /GOAT. We're talking about Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva this Sunday. I think it's Sunday, the 29th of October. So that is it's
Sunday for us, Saturday for them.
Sunday for us. And I don't think we've ever. You and me have talked a fair bit about Jake Paul before, Daniel. Not on here, but in the messages and stuff. But I don't know, what's your thoughts on him there, Lane?
I mean, I don't know, you sort of thought it was a bit of a circus at the start. Calling out whoever he fought, that basketball player knocked him out, whatever, and then Ben Askren just and then Ben Askren is just a wrestler, So you think, well, he's got his hardest thing against Tyron Woodley, but then he knocks out Woodley
Massive.
twice.
That overhand was massive. I rewatched that. That was
So, I don't know.
punch.
He's just. You look at Woodley when he knocked out Koscheck, or on his run when he knocked out Robbie Lawler. You think surely not, he's not going to lose in a boxing match, and then he goes out and gets knocked out by a YouTuber.
Yeah,
but he's got the size. I think the age and the size is always playing in his advantage. And the one thing with him, like he's got this, he has that mystique now, like where he needs to win. Otherwise, he like one loss, and the train door's open, and I'm like, sorry, sir, mate, but you're gonna have to get off this boxing train.
One, I don't know. It kind of depends. Like if he lost to just like if you say he loses this weekend, he just fights another YouTuber. He does the KSI fight. He fights someone. He will keep fighting regardless. I don't think it would matter if he wins or loses this weekend. 100%. There's too much money in it. Like there's so many good fights out there that would be interesting to watch. He could go back to the Tommy Fury fight if he really wanted to. There's plenty of options. Like I'd watch him fight regardless, win or lose. Like, but not for the skill of boxing, purely just for entertainment. I'm not watching a Jake Paul fight thinking I'm going to see a skilled bout right now. I'm going to see someone get knocked out, hopefully, and a few good punches, and I'm lucky. But I don't know. In saying that, if you keep talking about Jake Paul if you want, I don't know. But, Anderson Silva, it should be interesting. But having heard now that he's been knocked out a couple times in training just recently, and that's come out today, and they barely just got the fight to go through today, I don't know. I just feel like now that Jake Paul might just knock him out pretty early. If he's been knocked out twice recently, it's a good chance he's getting knocked out again this weekend.
Yeah, but wasn't that just like poor English on Anderson Silva's behalf, and his coaches come out and said, look, no, he didn't? Or did they just cover that up so they can get this fight through?
Well, he had to do more medicals. And
I reckon they covered it up. Yeah.
So they can get the fight through, get that bag, because Jake Paul will be paying him.
Like the withdrawal.
Man, like, I can't stand the bloke. I just. Here's another one. Can I start something with Jake Paul?
Yeah.
Beef alert.
We need a beef alert. So, like, who am I going after? David King, Kane Corns. Let's add Jake Paul to that list.
Are you writing it down?
Yeah. I literally just wrote that down for people that are listening. I know. I just wish he would fight a boxer, eh?
This is a good test.
And he's kind of.
This is a good test. If it is real.
Yeah.
That is the other possibility.
Mm. And then how old is Anderson Silva, like you're saying?
49. 49. Yeah, he's 49, man. He did look good again. Well, he looked great against Chavez Jr., who was a world champion boxer. He knocked out Tito Ortiz, and
that was a championship boxer.
No, but if you watch the fight, it was clean boxing by Anderson, and then he punched up. He punched up some young bloke, Muchabo.
Was that the most recent or at first?
Yeah. I think no, it may have been the first, but he was young, and he boxed him up pretty good.
Yeah, because the most recent one was Chavez.
Yeah.
So Chavez was the last one before Jake Paul.
Yeah, and like I said, Chavez, going off that fight, Chavez, like you said, was a world boxer, and he's beaten him. So how can you go from beating a world boxer and then if he loses to Jake Paul, like you think, how?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one can see that, but I was doing the money symbol.
That's all it's going to be, right? Like if he loses, surely it's put on that I'll pay this to lose, and
I don't want to say. I'll go with it's a legit fight. Anderson Silva is a legit fighter, and if Jake Paul wins, all the power to him, man. But I think from here he needs to find. It's hard, but yeah, fight KSI. For Lane, do you know who KSI is?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just double checking. Some people don't like. He's a pretty well known.
Sideman's not like huge with like older people. It is definitely a young man's game.
The sidemen, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, you see, the thing, like, I actually was talking to Lane about this earlier before the podcast. But like these young blokes like Jake Paul and all that, they grew up right on like Jake Paul was a Disney star, and then he became a YouTuber with his brother, and so they've just grown up on this on social media, and to them they need the validation of clicks, likes, and views to make themselves feel important, and that like they'll do anything to get that. You see him like Jake Paul, like riding out on the horse with his couple of robots behind him to the open workout. Did you see that?
He just
I was just like, man, God, I hate this kid, and it works, but it works. He's the heel.
That's annoying because I agree. That's the side I hate. But you can click like if you see anything on podcasts, things like that. There's like two sides. There's that dickhead side. And then there's the serious side where he makes valid points. He's not as like egotistical and shit like that. The problem is all we ever see is because that's what gets all the, like you say, the clicks, the views, is the dickhead side 24/7. You don't see the other side. And
that's what's going to
go up on YouTube. So like literally everything's under the magnifying glass for them. Every mistake, every triumph, every defeat, everything. So they got to put up with all that crap as well. I don't know. I don't like their either Paul brothers' personalities when they're being dickheads. However, when they're just being sincere, they seem like genuine people. It's just obviously they have to put on this act. It's what draws the attention. It what draws the eyes, the views, the people. They want to see the bad guy go down. You know, they want to see
everybody.
Yeah. It's just natural. So the more they act that way, the more people want to see him lose, but then at the same time, they're paying to watch it. They're going to watch him regardless, win or lose. They're going to watch it.
I'll give you the hot tip, Daniel. I am not going to be paying for it.
Neither am I.
I don't know how. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that I'm going to watch it.
What's your tip?
Yeah, you go first, Lane.
I'm just going to say I'm going to say Jake Paul will knock him out.
What round?
I don't want to, but fourth.
Ooh.
Okay, question before we move on. How many rounds?
Is it 6 or 8?
Oh, yeah.
Probably 6 or 8 or something. It'd be like 8 maybe.
It'd be 8. I'd assume that it'd be 8.
It wouldn't be many. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Daniel, you go.
All right. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a tough one. Like I said, if the knockout stories are true, Jake Paul, I think Jake Paul's going to get him. If it's Anderson Silva in the last few from the boxing matches he's had, I'm going to go Silva. I don't know. It's a tough one. Silva's actually, besides like you guys and being into UFC when we, back in the day, 10 years ago now and all that shit, even longer. What was it, like 15 years ago we were watching UFC and shit like that. But Anderson Silva was my guy. He was my guy the whole time. He's my GOAT. He's literally my number one all-time favorite UFC fighter, regardless, not Conor, not no one else. For me, it's Anderson Silva. So just on that, I want him to win. I think he'll win just by decision. I don't know if he knocks out Jake Paul. If Jake Paul can take a good punch from Woodley, Silva's bigger, but I don't know. It's a tough call, but I reckon Silva by decision. But he could knock.
You can't have a bet, mate.
Silva by decision, but I'm just saying I kind of hope he knocks him out.
You can't say but.
All right, Silva by decision, and I hope he knocks him out.
Yeah, I can't even like me. I think you, me, and Lane. I know definitely Lane. We used to watch UFC not live, but on DVDs.
Yeah, and then like Tough 10 and stuff, and Rampage and Rashad and shit, and all that we used to watch.
That's how I found out about Lyoto Machida. I think Lane, you're the one that showed me that like Brock Lesnar had joined the UFC. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one I've got a DVD. It's Carwin versus Lesnar. I think when they fought.
Oh, you got that one. That's a good one.
Or it was a Lesnar fight. Yeah, or was it Lesnar? Lesnar and Couture. It was one of the first ones I think.
Yeah, no, I think you had on DVD, or it might have been your brother. It was the first fight, Brock Lesnar versus Frank Mir, where he got done by a leg lock.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I had no idea that Anderson Silva was your all-time favourite, Daniel. So that's a bit of a surprise for me.
He's my goat. He's just my goat. I loved him. He was the best.
Look, 20 years ago, man, Jesus, if Anderson Silva was 20 years younger, it wouldn't even be a competition.
No.
He would light him up like the 4th of July. It'd be
he was
like
untouchable.
That street.
He was untouchable. It was unbelievable. It's hard, like, there's not enough times passed where people can actually appreciate how good he was. Some people do, like I do, and I know others do, and online and stuff like that. But really, if you go back and watch some of those fights, it was just him on a whole nother level. He was just a pedestal, so far above everyone else, it wasn't even funny. The closest anyone got in that whole run before he got dropped by Weidman was the Chael Sonnen fight, where he pretty much was going to lose the fight. And then he still managed to win the fight. Still managed to get him in the triangle. Like, it was unbelievable. So if I'd put that up against any other run ever, for me personally. And like you say, if he's in his prime and Jake Paul's in his prime, it's not a fight. Probably wouldn't get sanctioned. He's that much better than him. It's unbelievable how good he was.
All right, so it comes down to my pick. Look, I just wanted to talk about how good Anderson Silva was, and yeah, I think I was watching Anderson Silva UFC highlights today because they have all his finishes on YouTube, and like Chris Lieben, devastating knockout.
Unbelievable.
The 2 fights with his name, I just had his name and now I've forgotten it every time.
Rich Franklin.
Rich Franklin. Thank you very much, Lane. He squashed Rich Franklin's nose with some dirty Muay Thai knees. But it's a boxing fight. And Jake, and he's old. And I don't think it's going to tarnish him if he does cop it. I mean, everyone's copped it. Like, it's more shameful that Tyron Woodley got knocked out the way he did. Yeah. I'm like, just because I want to win, I'm going to say Jake in the 3rd KO. If not, well, no. You know
what? No, but.
No, I'm changing. I'm changing. And it is Jake Paul, round 1, KO.
Oh, that's a big call. That's a good call.
Done and dusted, and he'll call out. He'll probably either call out KSI, or he'll just call out Dana. I'm going to go. Or
if he
or Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah, mate. I think he's moved on from that, mate.
No. He messaged today. He messaged.
No, give it a rest already. That's the worst one. But if he wins, I don't know if it's in the works or anything, but I believe him and KSI agree to fight next year. But it's just a matter of when and if he'd take another fight before. But
KSI needs to.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Oh, both of them. Like, if Jake Paul wins and then the fight's not till the end of next year, I'm sure he'd take another fight. So, and then KSI 100% needs to take a fight if he's going to fight Jake Paul. It can't be just, I'll do 2 crappy little exhibition fights and then fight Jake Paul. He's literally fighting, way more seasoned fighters than them. So, yeah, I don't know, but I'd love to see that fight. If he wins and he calls out KSI and they do the fight, that'd be a great fight to watch regardless. And again, it's just entertainment. It's not even you're watching it for like a world title or or sporting accolades. It's literally just a fight.
The build, like, that one will be entertaining because the build up, obviously, with Logan Paul and KSI being the owners of Prime, the energy drink Gatorade thing that they've got. And they've always had like a thing. I remember seeing some clips of Logan saying like, leave me out of it. So the build up to the KSI Jake Paul fight would be next level. And I can't believe I'm sitting here on my podcast talking about Jake Paul v KSI. I'm 38 years old. But hey, listen, it's sport. It's boxing, and like sport. I love fighting. So of course I'm going to watch it. I got to see, and I'm one of those guys. I got to see him get what he deserves, and that is a good old flogging.
There's a good possibility.
I tell you what, man. If it is a legit fight, then he's like all the props to him because he is taking on the best, or not
and
one of.
Regardless of age, like.
It's the first elite striker that he's fighting. He's fighting.
The last thing he's still going to have power. He might not be as quick and stuff, but he's still that striking level that he hasn't faced yet. So it's another level that he essentially levels up if he beats Silva and goes. You'd hope he goes on to a bigger fight and a boxing opponent, a ranked boxing opponent.
A ranked one. See, the thing is, right? Yeah. See, he's built himself up so big now that he cannot go and fight like
like it can't be like a random dude that no one knows.
Yeah, because no one will buy that.
Yeah,
it has to be a named opponent. Otherwise,
he waits a couple of years, right? I don't know, but if he waits, it'll go. It seems a while, but if it goes by, a couple of years go by, Canelo's on the outer, heading out of boxing a bit. They do that fight. They do the Canelo fight. As crazy as that sounds, you give it enough time. Canelo doesn't have many. How many fights he's got realistically left at the top level? He starts doing the Floyd Mayweather route with the exhibition bouts, and he fights Jake Paul. That's the sort of fight that he's going towards. But like you say, but then there's no one else that's well known or a big enough name in boxing in his division currently that sells as high as all the fights he's doing now.
Yeah. And that anyway, let's move on. Because no one's talking about it. About like Uriah Hall is fighting an NFL bloke on the main card.
On the main card. The hell? Who's he fighting? Calvin Johnson. Who is it?
Nah, Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. Why you say it like that? Le'Veon Bell. He's not French.
It's got a little thing at the top in between Le and Vion.
Bell. It's not fucking a wine or something. Fucking hell.
And excuse me, sir. Would you like some of our finest wine? It's here, Le'Veon Bell.
Oh shit. So what's Uriah Hall like? He's going to fuck him up. He's going to fuck him up. That's not a fight. That's a fucking murder.
I tell you,
versus a guy who wore pads and tackled people.
Nah, he just knocked out. I had a quick look before we jumped on the air, and he knocked out some bloke. But that's what I mean. It was some bloke.
Was it another celebrity or what?
Yeah, I think it might have been another NFL player. But he's a running back,
wasn't it?
Yeah, he still dropped him. It's a good thing that he is an NFL running back, because I tell you what, Uriah Hall will have him running back to the NFL. Who thought that was a good idea? Let's go get this bloke that can wheel kick your face off.
Oh, jeez.
So Uriah Hall not in the UFC anymore?
Nah. I think they canned him. Let's be honest. Like he just didn't have that killer instinct. Like he could kill you, but he just didn't like it. He just couldn't.
No, because what happened? That Weidman fight fell through. Hey.
No, I think he did fight Weidman, didn't he?
Did he? No, because remember it ended some bullshit way.
Yeah, okay.
Isn't that when Wyman broke his leg?
Yeah,
He
Wyman
broke his leg
one?
again.
Yeah.
He broke his leg again.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and that was it.
Okay.
And then another fight fell through for Hall, and then there was nothing going on.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a hot tip. I'm picking Uriah Hall.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I hope he kicks him.
You got a bet, Daniel? What if Le'Veon Bell wins? Will you get a tattoo of a bottle of wine?
That says Le'Veon.
Yeah.
Nah, because I'm going to have 50 tattoos 49 episodes in. Somehow.
Well, stop making stupid bets. Oh, that just quickly. Did you see? Obviously, Jake Paul was always fighting for the UFC fighters' pay to be better. And they made. Did you see the press conference today? They made that bet. So if Anderson Silva wins, Jake Paul will fight him in a kickboxing match. But if Anderson Silva loses, he has to join as the president of like a fighters union against to try and get UFC fighters better pay.
Yeah,
now, I'm all for
health, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. But to me, man, he just uses that shit to lure Dana in.
Mm.
And it's hard. UFC's hard. There's so many fighters, man.
The roster's gigantic. How are you paying that many people? It's ridiculous how many fighters are on the roster.
Yeah, and the thing with me, it's like with a lot of sports. If you're bringing the big bucks in, you're going to get paid the big bucks. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, if you're a winner, you get paid what you win, what you're worth. It's pretty much that. I'm sure that, fuck, I'd fight twice a year for fucking $15,000. You sign me up. It's not.
Who are you fighting? Who are you fighting?
Don't turn this on that. I'll fight anyone.
It'll be a.
If you can crawl, we can brawl. But it's been bad in comparison to what? I'm sure there's so many other fight organizations probably paying people $50 to fight. It's all in comparison to what? Jake, like you said, it's purely for clickbait and lure Dana into some sort of argument. It's just dragged on too long, that crap with him in the UFC. Just fucking move on. Honestly.
And now we're back onto the UFC. Oh, man, I can't believe we have to wait till November. Having said that, though, it's November next week. One of the second biggest card of the year, apart from last week's, and we have UFC 281, and that's with a very stacked card, or main card, really.
Main card,
yeah. So I'll just quickly go off on the prelims. Andrew Prochowski v. Wellington Turman. And Lane, just stop me if I get any of the names wrong.
Chooky's number one fan.
Chookigan's number one fan. If she had a Patreon, he'd be all over it. We got Erin Blanchfield, Molly McCann.
Yeah,
Is she? I didn't know she was fighting.
Yeah, it's one of the first times she fought without Paddy in a while.
Yeah, and she's on the prelims.
Yeah. That would be good.
You got to go. You got to go Meatball. Got to go Meatball.
He's on a run.
How far has this bloke fallen? He's the bloody co-main on the prelim, or Dominic Reyes.
Yeah. I think that. He wasn't too happy about it.
Oh, wasn't he?
No, he broke it up saying it was a frustrate or disrespect how he's been put on the preliminary card.
Interesting. When did he come out and say that?
I'm pretty sure I said it a couple of days ago.
But
he said he wasn't happy about it.
There's no way he's fit. I wouldn't swap him for any one of those fights on that main card.
He hasn't won for a couple of fights either, has he? He lost to the now champion. He lost to that crazy samurai bloke from, I don't know what country he's from. but he's crazy.
Prohaska or whatever it is.
Prohaska, yeah. He's mental as anything. And he lost to he was in the blank title fight, wasn't he, for against Jan Blachowicz, wasn't it?
Blachowicz, dude. Hey, Aaron.
Did you pick that one up? Blachowicz. And then the Brad Riddell and Riddle and Renato. Oh, that's that bloke. Renato Moicano. He goes all right, eh? Moicano.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a great fight. That's
He is. Yeah, that's the like the co in the prelim, and then we just moved to the main one. I can't believe Dan. I thought Dan Hooker was. I thought he gave up, or not gave up, like retired.
He was just
because of that losing streak.
He was what? Sorry.
He's on that losing streak, but he's taken on people on short notice. Like he fought Islam, what's the name, on 2 weeks' notice or something. He's just been taking this.
He's been taking on full notice. Yeah.
And I think it's just
few big fucking wars that that Poirier fight. It could have gone either way. That was a big fight. He's been in some battles now. But I don't know. He needs a couple wins again. Otherwise, he's just going to keep sliding.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've never seen this bloke, but Claudio Puelles. Do you know anything about him, Lane?
No.
So, they're giving him a better fight. This set, if it's not one of these top fives, it must be a better matchup.
He's a young bloke too. He's only 26. He's 13-2. A little bit shorter, but the reach. It should be interesting. And then the next one we got. You know what? I'm going to go with a pick. I'm going to say Dan Hooker to bounce back.
Yeah, I want Dan Hooker to win. We'll probably take our tips leading up to it anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it again. But I'm going to.
We'll go more in depth as it gets closer. We'll keep going. We'll go right into it.
Yeah, Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. 41. Jesus, Frankie is 41, man. Wow.
Is that? Oh, no.
41. You say wow like it's not 2 years away for you.
What's that? What did you say?
I said you said wow like you're not 2 years away from 41.
I'm 3 years away from 41. 2 years away from 40, all right? I could easily just kick you off this podcast, right? The next one, I can't believe this is third, but there is 2 title fights, and that's Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler. A bit of a barn burner, this one.
Yeah, that's going to be a banger.
I hope so. The way Chandler goes at it, and the way how good Dustin's boxing is, he could be over quick.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Chandler's with his head up, mate.
What's that, Lane?
Yeah,
Chandler just runs in with his head up, just taking punches.
Exactly. Yeah, leaves himself open.
Which is interesting because who's ever done that against Dustin?
No, the Hooker fight. The Hooker fight. Hooker fucking went at him, man.
Did he? And how did that turn out?
That was brutal.
And didn't Max Holloway as well?
Yeah, Holloway kept at him until his jab started to land, and he went at him for the first couple of rounds. Yeah,
but I'm like, Holloway doesn't pack the power that Chandler obviously has.
No. He didn't even have the weight on him. He's just gone up from 145. It wasn't really, they weren't really close in weight.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, especially if you just
Chandler like 4 fights. What is he? 1-3 or something, or 2 and what? I think he's 1-3 in UFC or something. But he needs a win. But Dustin, I don't know. Either one of them win, then what? Like would they really give him another shot at Islam? I don't. Not another shot, but another title shot. Would they do that?
Well, to be fair, it'll be. I'll give you the hot tip. Dustin Poirier will be finished exactly the same way he did when he fought Khabib. It'll be a 3rd round submission for show because he can take a bit more punishment than the odd the odd one or two there that's sitting up at the top. So he'd last 3 rounds. I'll give him that much.
But yeah, I don't know. Like Chandler, the same thing. If he wins, but then that's where Connor. I think this is where Connor chooses his time to come back. Somewhere around these guys, like whoever, maybe Dustin. I don't think he does Dustin, but if Chandler wins, this is probably his best shot at getting the Connor fight he's been calling for every single fight. Because he needs.
It came out today or yesterday. He's to be in the USADA pool. He has to do it for like 6 months, man. So we're not going to see him for a good. They reckon. What's the International Fight Week, Lane? Do you know what when that is? Is that July?
July.
All right. Is your name Lane or?
No. He said it too. He said it at the same time.
Yeah. And that leads us to the big one. Now, this is an interesting one. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira.
I think Adesanya is too good.
Yeah, MMA is a bit of a different ball game in it than it was. I know the first fight they were both like Alex Pereira was a little bit ahead of him, and Izzy was pretty young, and he caught him. And then the second one, Izzy was pretty much dominating, and he got caught again, didn't he?
No, the first one was a decision, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
I thought it was, and then the second one was a knockout.
Oh, well, there you go.
I think so. I'm pretty sure the first fight was very close. It was very, very close, the first fight, and the second fight he got knocked out.
I've lost my train of thought. As long as he's not goes in. Did you see the Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira fight?
Yeah.
He just
went at him. Went at him.
Walked forward like a zombie, and then.
But that's what he does. That's what most Sean Strickland fights are like that. He just walk forward. Yeah, he likes talking and chirping at him, but yeah,
he walked and talked his way into a bloody left hook from the 5th realm.
Well, I think Adesanya's just too good. I just don't think he's just You look at him like against Romero or
it's not
like Costa. He was just
He's not going to. I don't think he's going to play the game that Pereira wants him to play. Which is I think we might see Izzy. You reckon Izzy throwing a few takedowns?
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, you haven't really seen Pereira being taken down, have you?
No.
Like you said, the last time was kickboxing. This is MMA. He's just going to go to what's going to win.
Yeah, different gloves. He might actually imagine if imagine if Izzy catches him, boy, and knocks him straight out.
He caught him a bit in the first fight, and before he got knocked out in the second fight, he caught him. Yeah, he got him a good couple times in those fights. He's countering. I don't know about if he goes for it'd be interesting if he does go for takedowns because Pereira's massive. He's a huge 185er, man. He's big
tall,
boy. Yeah, and he's just bigger physically. He's a strong dude, man. He's really fucking strong. So it'd be interesting if he goes for takedowns. How that would go. I think maybe it's come down to the counter striking. That knockout in that second fight, Izzy stands and tries to trade and gets caught clean. I don't think he stands and trades in this fight. I think he just counters, sticks and moves. Doesn't want it. I don't think he stands and trades with him. I don't want anyone that would want to. Sean Strickland's the only dumbass in the world who fucking wanted to stand and trade. And that's what happened. He's fucking out cold, the pussy. I hate Sean Strickland. He can get fucked. I'll start a beef with Sean Strickland. Fuck him. That's a real beef, Brad, not your fucking commentator beef. This isn't beef.
Hey, I said Jake Paul, mate.
But anyway, I don't know. I want Izzy to win. I'll just finish on my chain of thought. I want Izzy to win. However, if I'm just tipping just now before we're leading up to it, I'll probably change when we get closer. I think Pereira beats him. I don't know why. I just think Izzy's been been different the last couple fights. He hasn't been his old self. If it's old Izzy, if it's like Gastelum Izzy, it's him. But if it's like the last couple fights, Izzy, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's the last couple of fights. It happened to Anderson Silva too. Like he stalls them out.
He still wins. He just gets it done.
Yoel Romero just did this. The Yoel Romero thing, and just tried. And then I don't know what he was thinking. He just tried to. For people listening, I was just throwing my arms in some sort of weird motion.
He was dabbing.
It was double dabbing. He was double dabbing, and then what's his name? Who did he fight after that? Yarn
Blow. He fought bloody Yarn. Blind blow. Is that what you call it? the Blover. Yeah. The Yarn. No, the last. Oh, Jared Cannonier. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he just, I don't know. Nothing too convincing. Did enough to get the job done. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be a fun fight.
I think Pierre will go after him, So we'll see. Yeah. He won't hold back. Have
you guys seen the banter with Pierre taking the piss out of Izzy online?
No.
Izzy was doing like these training videos and he's getting tennis balls thrown at him and he's like dodging them against the wall. And then Pereira does one, he just stands there and the guy's just throwing the ball next to his head against the wall. And then he's driving around on a little, those little, what are they? I don't know what they're called now, those little hover.
Oh, my. Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, and he's doing fucking sparring on that, fucking imitating him doing that. About to blow his knees out. He probably won't make the fight if he's doing that. But have a look online. They'll talk about it next. But yeah, there's some good banter between them on there. Pereira's actually pretty funny. Some of the stuff he says and posts, he's pretty funny.
Probably I had seen the hoverboard incident one as well. It reminds me of. Do you remember when Mike Bisping fought? This was years ago, and he fought that bald-headed bloke, and then they were going back and forth, and they were like
Joey Beltran.
Is it Joey Beltran?
Yeah, didn't he get in trouble for spitting on the trainers after when he TK'd him?
Yeah, but like, do you remember the videos that bloke was putting out, and they had like the fake Mike Bisping?
Yeah, he's making music clips and stuff about Bisping as well.
Wild times. And now they just throw trolleys through the bus windows, and then they hurt little.
Oh, you skipped the. Did you go to the Wei fight? Is that this card?
Oh yeah, it did. But it's Carla Esparza, and I don't care.
Esparza.
Yeah. The first ever worst champion in that division.
Oh, I have to agree with you. And I don't even care that I said her name wrong, Daniel. I do not care.
I think we watched that fight together when she won it, and then we watched her get beaten up by Joanna Jędrzejczyk and was like, oh, she just got destroyed by her.
Smashed.
She did.
But
that's my favourite women's division, Thug Rose. That's my girl.
Yeah, Daniel posts maybe once every year?
Once or twice a year for the past 4 years. And it's only ever Thug Rose. That's it. That's my only social post on Facebook for 4 years now.
And he didn't get to do it last time because of old bloody snoozer Esparza.
I had it in the draft. I had it ready to go.
Yeah.
But
see, the thing is, she's not going to be able to hold Wei Ling down.
Nah, Wei Ling.
Wei.
You need a fucking voice coach.
I just merged her two names. Welly Zhang.
Esparza versus Wei Ling.
I got to spice it up. I got to make you laugh, Daniel. If I can't do anything good with my life, at least I can make you laugh on a Friday night when I call her Esparza and Wei Ling. All right, let me have a crack. Ready? Carla Esparza.
Esparza.
How do you say it?
Esparza. This is Esparza.
All right, you go, Lane. Lane, you say it.
Carla Esparza.
Ooh.
Weili by knockout, round 1.
Weili Zhang. Oh, yeah. No, I reckon, like, exactly how Joanna finished. Did Joanna finish Carla? She did.
Yeah, I think she did,
Yeah.
Just bust her up. It'll just be just an onslaught that she just cannot handle. And that will be it.
We'll do more. We'll go once it builds up. Yeah. We'll do more build up for it.
Yeah, once it's a bit closer, we'll have a bit of a crack. And just before, one quick one, the Kelvin Cater fight this weekend. Who you got in the main?
Cater.
Yeah.
All right, that pretty much covers it. Daniel, you've been watching a bit of golf lately. Maybe if anyone wants to come on.
I'm going to start talking about golf. So tune out now. I've been watching golf. Pretty good. Pretty exciting.
Who's the number one golfer at the moment?
Number one golfer at the moment? Is it not?
Bam, you suck.
Cam Smith, isn't it? Who is it?
I don't know.
I don't follow it because they don't get PGA points on Live Tour, so it's all different now. That's why it's interesting. You got to watch some golf. Is what you got to do.
I'm just putting it out there. If somebody that knows us and wants to come on and talk some golf with Daniel, hit us up. Hit us up on the social pipes. We'll wrap it up there. And hit us up on the social pipes. Like I said at the start, go to our Instagram, give us a follow. There's a link there. It takes you to all the rest of the stuff. We've got one Patreon. He joined us tonight. Lane, thank you very much for coming on.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Let's get this tattoo going.
We'll get this tattoo going. We'll get some photos up. We'll do a side-by-side of the Lane tattoo and the mullet with a photo of Lane. And then everyone will know. As you've seen... but again, we're trying to do the best we can. Bear with us. We're trying.
This is the longest episode we've had.
Every episode, I'm going to say that. This has been far. We're about to crack over an hour, man. So
doubled our PB.
Yeah, we're knocking it out. We'll try and get as many people on to have a chat. Anything that you guys want to talk about, you can hit us up on the social pipes. Have a chat with us when we can talk about it. And next time we'll do this again. We're just trying to work out a schedule. Friday night seems to be the good one for us. Kids are in bed, family's down, and we can just sit down here and talk some shit for you. If you want, there's 2 things on there that, like Lane did. Thank you very much, Lane. We'll forever be grateful. It's not like he didn't do much, he did a lot for us, but in terms of things, all he did was subscribe, and it just helps out. So we did and we got him on. So thank you very much. And there's another one on there. It's called Buy Us a Coffee. If you don't want to do the Patreon stuff, you just click on the link and you buy us a coffee, and it all helps. It all helps. And then
we should do. I reckon if we get anyone that's, the first however many who sign up, we'll get them on.
Yeah, I'm happy. I know it was good. Lane, it was a great chat. Very insightful.
We should do another one closer to the UFC as well. We'll do tips over again.
Yeah, we'll get Lane on.
I'm down for that. So
too easy. All right. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night, Lane, and you can go back inside and.
No worries. Cheers, fellas.
Thanks. And the next time you'll see Lane, we'll have a tattoo with Daniel.
Yeah, tramp stamp.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Catch you later. See you, boys.
See ya.
See ya.